Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Magus here today with a review of the free-to-play first-person shooter World War II game known as Enlisted. Let's start this bad boy up by talking about who made the game. It is made by Darkflow Entertainment and its parent company, the one that you might know, Gaijin Entertainment. Now, if anyone knows Gaijin Entertainment, you'll probably say to yourself, Gaijin Entertainment, aren't those the guys that made War Thunder? And you'd be correct. And now, I have about 1,000 hours in War Thunder. I played the hell out of that game, and I think it's a great game. I think it has a ton of issues, and I don't think I really have the energy to go back and play it again, just because of the constant updates and the grind and other issues. But I once was a War Thunder fan. I'll always be a War Thunder fan, but my time playing that game has passed. I do think a lot of the issues from War Thunder come into Enlisted, and I think a lot of the issues that were in War Thunder that didn't transfer to Enlisted were definitely some of the better things that came to this game. Now, Enlisted has its own problems, and I think it'll be a good idea to get into it. But let's just start with the fact that this gameplay is just going to be one gameplay. And now, even though I'm sure you'll like this gameplay is very good, it's not going to show you everything. But this is how I believe my reviews will continue, and I hope you guys will enjoy it this way, just having a good clip of gameplay and just watching while I talk about the different stuff. So, let's start off. Currently, there are 5 different campaigns, but one of them really sucks, and there's a reason because of that, and I'll get to that. So, to begin, you have 4 main campaigns, let's just call it. You have Battle of Moscow, the Invasion of Normandy, Battle of Tunisia, and the Battle of Berlin. The last campaign is the Battle of Stalingrad, but the issue is that with Stalingrad there is a pay-to-enter essentially fee. You can play it if you want, free to play, but you won't unlock everything, which is a bit of a shame. But with the other ones, you can unlock everything in the campaign, all the different upgrades, all the different weapons, vehicles, everything you want within the game. And this makes it a really fun free-to-play model, but the only issue is that there's a grind, and grinding the game means that there's premium, there's different types of premium vehicles and squads that you can unlock, and that sort of shebang. Now look, my recommendation is that if you really like the game and you've been putting a lot of hours, it's not an issue putting down $10 and buying premium or the battle pass. And all in all, I think the battle pass is probably the best thing to get because that just pays for itself. But if you like the game, invest in it. That's a free-to-play game. That's how I think about it. So let's get into how this game works. This game has a squad system, if you haven't noticed by now. You control multiple AI squad mates while playing as one of them, and you can switch to any of them at any time. Battles work pretty much as the different game modes, where there's Conquest, Invasion, and Demolition. Now, these are pretty simple game modes, Conquest being pretty much domination, Invasion being something similar to Battlefield's pretty much operation mode. And the last one, Demolition, is pretty much you plant a bomb and then they try to defuse it, so pretty much Rush in Battlefield as well. And the best thing about these game modes is that you can pretty much bring everything you want. You don't have to change any squads or anything. You make your squads out of the different classes, and there's many different classes. There's flamethrowers, machine guns, some machine gun guys, assaulters, riflemen, mortarmen that suck, and anti-tank people. You got all these different types of classes, and they're all really fun to play. And you'll pretty much be able to unlock all of them just by playing on your own, being a free-to-play player, after not too many games, but a good amount. And I think that if you put in the time into the game, you'll enjoy it. Now, this is pretty much a run-of-the-mill first-person shooter. It's free to play. You have different theaters of war, different campaigns, and there's going to be coming new campaigns as well. You have vehicles, so you have tanks, you have planes. You can even take out motorcycles if you want in certain campaigns, specifically the Battle of Tunisia. And I think overall, the game is a very fun game. Just for a simple first-person shooter, you don't really need to put a lot of thought into it. And, you know, it pretty much checks all the bases of fun. But there's one thing I haven't talked about. Why would you play this game over other World War II games? That is because of the squad system. Because of the squad system, because of the different AI on the map, you are constantly shooting at something, you're constantly playing the game, enjoying the game, and not having a moment where it's dull or boring, you're looking for enemies. That might happen every so often, but the thing is that you're constantly in the action. And this system is probably one of the smartest systems I actually really thought about, because realistically in other games that are more competitive per se, you would have to be fighting only players. And this game, you're playing AI as well. A really good, to cross-analyze from this is a game that not a lot of people play, but nonetheless, people definitely know about, Titanfall 2 and Titanfall 1, the main game mode where you'd have AI fighting against you as at the same time you'd be fighting against normal human combatants. Now, while I'm going on this rant, you know, talking about all this stuff, the real situation is that both those games, Titanfall's games, are amazing. If you're me, at least, I love those games. Amazing first-person shooters. I can't recommend Titanfall 2 enough. Definitely will be in a future video. Gotta write that down. But overall, even though I've been on this rant, I don't know how much else there is to say about Enlisted. There's going to be more and more events. There's going to be more coming in the future. It's a great game. It's a great first-person shooter. A great World War II game. So now, we pretty much finished the review. I don't think there's too much else to talk about, because realistically, I could keep talking to you guys about all the great mechanics and this and that. There are balance issues, there's the grind, but realistically, I think this is a fun game. If you just want to pick it up, it's not a high file download. I believe it's 12 gigabytes, so you can pick it up. Your computer can pretty much run it, because these type of games don't really require very high system requirements. And that leaves us to the last part, the recommendation. The final score? I don't know if we're going to do final scores, guys, because I don't think final scores are the perfect way to do this. So my recommendation is that if you like first-person shooters, you like World War II games, and you want to try something out, and you got 12 gigabytes on your hard drive, go ahead. Go ahead and download this game. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it's 12 gigabytes. Just delete the game if you don't enjoy it. It's really hard to not recommend free-to-play games unless they have very high intensive space requirements. I mean, Warzone is like a quarter of the hard drive. That's the meme right now. So that's pretty much about it. I've ranted on for far too long, and it's time for me to go out. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed the review. I'm glad you guys had your first Magus review in such a long time. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace.